Hey guys, it's the Combat Station here, and we are back. I know it's been a while. I've got to be real with you. I had my GCSEs to deal with, the interview, and I had to leave that to the side for a bit. But I'm back here, and recently, I've been starting up a new thing. I've been going heavy on betting, seeing how much profit I'd make, and I'm here to break down the new card view and break down how the last 4 weeks of MMA gambling have gone. So obviously, this is the card. We've got Sandhagen song. Very excited for this. But I feel before we get into this, I should let you know my last few bets, the last few weeks. Just quick, give you a quick, super quick rundown of them to know what you're getting into. So I first started Dana White Contender Series about the beginning of last month. It was the Thomas Paul card. I had a bet on Haley Cowan that cashed, but then Jack Cartwright had 3 units on him that didn't cash. Thomas Paul, 1 unit on him didn't cash, but Haley Cowan had 1 unit that cashed. PFL, we went on to then. Louis Sunderland, I had 2 units to him that didn't cash, but I had Stuart Austin, a unit on him to make 1.1 unit, and Brennan Loughnane, a giant underdog, I just don't even know why. 1 unit for 2, so that was decent. BKFC flopped that, dropped 4 units. But boxing, Badou Jack, 10 units made 3. Alberto Puello, 1 unit to make 1.5. This was on, I believe, the Omar Figueroa card. And then Roger Gutierrez and Omar Figueroa had a unit each. They didn't cash, but Alexander Usyk, 5 units, made 2.66. So boxing, I came out pretty successful. KSW, Pascal Hitson, 2 units, made 2.5, easy cash. And then UFC, I did pretty well. Leon Edwards, 2 units. Thank fuck for that head kick. My guy, Leon Edwards. Jose Aldo, 5 units. Yeah, no, that we let's not talk about that. I thought the take on the fence looked on point, but Marab is relentless and just controlled him against the cage, so I can't take that away from Marab. That was a bad bet. Master Tabura, 1 unit to make 3.33. Didn't know why the odds are that big. You got all that experience on Master Tabura. I know you got the nice undefeated looking record on Romanov's side, but what does that really mean at the end of the day? The experience, Master Tabura has beat experience competition. Romanov's best win was who did he fight? Chase Sherman. To be fair, he fought the Spanish guy Espino, but he looked shit in that fight, so I don't know what to take him from that. Angelusa, 2 units against AJ Flexer. AJ Flexer just ain't got enough experience. Angelusa, consistent, almost got KO'd, but just put on him, used his cardio and took him out. Luke Rockhold, 1 unit for 2.5. That didn't cash, but if that fight weren't at whatever altitude, we could be talking about cashing that one. Like Luke Rockhold looked good, enjoy your time. And Paul Acosta, I've said it for a while now. His power's overrated, I feel, and I think people have an idea of him being some Terminator, walk you down, take you out. I don't see the same thing there. Paul Acosta is. I can't wait to see what his next fight is, depending on what it is. We could have an underdog on our hand to fade him against. Lucy Pudlova, 3 units for 2.18, cashed. I just Wuma Yanan is complete shit. Generally, she should be cut if she ain't. But yeah, no, don't want to watch her fight again. Lucy Pudlova, that was easy money. And Iori Kweleng, his opponent. I thought his opponent's name showed heart, but Iori looked really good against Cameron Nelson. Yeah, no, he's doing his thing now, and obviously 2 units, 1.23. Take that. Completely flopped on the props. Leonid's decision, flop. Leo Santos knockout, flop. Leo Santos round 1, flop. Lucy Padova decision. That's that's a flop. Williams that bad. I thought, I don't think she'll get finished, but she is proper bad. Tyson Pedro sub didn't cash. To round 3. That's something that could have cashed but didn't. Sean Woodson knockout didn't cash, and Altamirano Silva over 2.5 did not cash. But end of the day, we came out of a 1.3 unit profit. Thank our lucky stars, and I didn't have to take a loss on the first week. So yeah, no, we got out that week with a bit of profit. Week 2, we got Dana White Contender Series. We had Michael Park in the main event. Cashed on him 1 unit for 1.65. Easy money. Fellow Brit as well, had to take that. Darius Flowers got that weird slam shoulder injury thing, but 1 unit on him at plus 230. 35, so quite a big underdog. And yep, that was 2.35 units. And lost, put 2 on Eraton Ferreira. That was really got me 1.06 units, but yeah, what can we do? We came out there successful. Dana White Contender Series, CFFC. Frank Wells 1 unit for 1.5, didn't cash, but we had 3 units on James Clark at evens, 2.8 units. Success there. Angel Pacheco 1 unit for 1.75. That cashed, and then I saw Alvin Son's brother was fighting, so I was like, screw it, let's get him on the card. But I thought it was gonna get better, but yeah, no, I can't. He got the wrong side of the genes. Like, Jesus Christ, man, that guy looked horrible. Their movement and leg kicks from distance did nothing. Rivzen Abuev from LFA, he was in the main event against the Brazilian bro. Don't know about him, but 1 unit for 1.9. That didn't cash. Chinese bro Bahabol versus Bata. I can't even say that. Just don't mind me. 1 unit 1.6. Take that. And then Dylan Cox 1 unit for 4. He almost took him out there round 2. Plus 400. I don't believe in this value bet stuff, but if anything was a value bet, that was one. Didn't cash, but he looked all right. That was close. 1 championship, Demetrius Johnson. I've never bet against a GOAT. Had 3 units on him at minus 150 for 2. Had him at minus 118 for 2 units again for 1.7. And I had him for 1 unit at plus 110 for 1.1 unit. Smashed that. Big profit on Demetrius Johnson. Sebastian Kadestam fought the bread that Eddie Alvarez battered, and the rest screamed and said, oh no, my head. So yeah, no, obviously he's easy cash 2 unit 2.3 plus 115. And that guy's, I don't know, his head's in orbit right now, so hopefully someone can find that poor guy. And then I had Moro Cirilli, heavyweight fight. What can we expect? 1 unit thrown away. And Lynn Haikwen, she got robbed. This woman, she got robbed. She got dropped in the last 10 seconds of the fight. I don't know, it's pride rule shit, more damage, whatever. But yeah, no, UFC's, we've got a win there at plus 333. So 1 unit should have won, but we take. Still came out of profit on Demetrius and the Swedish bro. Central Fighting Championship. Don't even remember what that is, but we had some guy that was like 3-3 or 5 and 4, 2 units that didn't cash. He got head kicked. Boxing, I had Murat Gassiev versus Carlos Welch over 2.5 rounds. That bro got blasted out. Murat Gassiev is a beast, should have known better. But Jared Anderson did go over 1.5 rounds for me. So that cashed 1 unit for 1 unit. And Richard Comey, I had a unit on him at plus 200. Draw, avoided. So I'll take that. Artem Perlov plus 240, 1 unit for 2.4. Yeah, that did not cash. I believe it went decision. Ayakan Vakiev, this is ACA, minus 110, 3 units for 2.8. Take that. Raisubek Ibrahimov plus 200, 1 unit for 2. Take that. Alexei Popyadinkonov, minus 125, 2 units for 1.6. Take that. And Yusuf Umarov got robbed. I had 3 units in total. Him at evens and him as an underdog. That didn't cash, but should have. But did pretty well there. FEN Bartosz Shaweski, minus 200, 5 units for 2.5. Cashed. And Karol Zolorowski, 2 units for 3. Did not cash, but yeah, we came out with 0.5 units. I'll take it. John Dodson, BKFC, smoked fucking whoever he was fighting, former UFC, bro. Ryan Benoit, yeah. Easy money there. Isaac Valley Flag, 1 unit, didn't cash. Donald Sanchez, 3 units, didn't cash. I thought he was going to beat him up. He's former boxer, the other guy, barely any experience. And Josh Watson, 3 units for 2.5. I could see it from a mile away. Why was that evens? I forgot. His opponent was complete crap, right? And he had experience in boxing, I think. I don't know how I got it at that value, but yeah, no, he did well. Then we had some parlays. Marcus Almeida, minus 333. I know that one, the person I'm in prop with didn't count, so 2 units just took 60, 0.6 units. Josh Rankin, Cameron Simon, over 2.5 rounds, plus 105, 2 units of 2. That he got knocked out like 30 seconds later. So yeah, no, we were lucky there, but I'll take it. And the Croatian power parlay with Vlasta Seppo and Jovan Marjanovic, if I'm butchering the name, sorry probably not watching this, you man, but you know, just in case. And that gave me 8 units for free. And SBG parlay, Stephen Costello and Nikolai Grodozev, 2 units for 2 units at plus 100. And I had the ACA volley, which was Mohamed Vakiev and Rodrigo Pereira, 3 units doing 2.07, did not cash, but we got out of there plus 16.85 units. Very big night for me. Dana White Contender Series, week 3. We had Maria Silva, 5 units for 2.5, did not cash. Now, you may think, how are we going to come back from that? 1 unit Blake Builder, plus 180 for 1.8 units cash. Yusaka Kinoshita, whatever you say that, minus 188, 3 units for 1.6 units, cash that. And him inside the distance, plus 100, 2 units for 2 units, cash that. And Rodriguez Dumas, 1 unit at plus 130 for 1.3 units, salvage that. Thank God. Now, UFC, we had a rocky night, I'm not going to lie, but I think we still came out of this night of a profit. No, we did not come out of the night of profit, but another event saved me big, and you're going to see this. Michael Figler, minus 200, 2 units for 1, and him by sub for 0.5 of a unit. Yeah, no, that was, he got battered. Bad bet. Alessio Jericho, 3 units for 2.5. I thought his opponent was complete shite, but you know, it turns out the Jericho's old and washed. So yeah, that didn't cash, 3 units gone. Benoit St. Denis, 10 units at minus 275 for 3.63, cash that. St. Denis inside the distance, 5 units for 3.63 units, cash that. St. Denis sub plus 250, 1 unit for 2.5 units, didn't go through. St. Denis round 2 and 3, he obviously won in round 2. I got that at plus 480, 0.5 units for 2.4 units. And the round 3 obviously didn't count, but we cashed on St. Denis big that night. Dustin Stoltzfus, 1.1 unit for 2.1. Yeah, you know, that he got destroyed. What can I say? McDessie, 1 unit for 1.75, didn't cash. Khaled Taha, 2 units for 1.45. Thought Dana White Contender Series fade. That clearly did not go through. Buckley, 1 unit for 2 at plus 200. He fought for my money. I don't care. Buckley's a gangster. I can't wait for his next fight. But yeah, no, his opponent, very, very good. Island Perez, 1 unit for 2.5, didn't cash. Egovas Perez, fight goes to distance, plus 120, 2 units for 2.4. Fight goes to distance, did not cash. Nathaniel Wood, plus 115, 1 unit for 1.5 units. Had to put a little bit on my guy, Nathaniel Wood. And yeah, no, I cashed. William Gomez, minus 200, 2 units for 1. Cash it. Gomez KO, 1 unit for 2.8, did not cash. But now we get to Whitaker decision, minus 106, 3 units for 2.8. Should have went harder on that one. Like Whitaker is on a different level. I thought he beat Adesanya, like on a real one. And he's younger than him. Like, you'll see, he's a beast. Whitaker is one of my favorite fighters out there. Nice guy as well. We get to the Garn Tuivasa fight. Had Garn versus Tuivasa over 1.5 rounds, minus 188. 5 units for 2.66. Cashed that. Garn Tuivasa over 2.5 rounds, minus 125. 4 units for 3.2. Didn't cash. Now we go to the big red zone. Garn Tuivasa over 3.5 rounds, 3 units for 2.7, did not cash. So that was at evens. Garn Tuivasa over 4.5 rounds, plus 142 units for 2.8, did not cash. Garn Tuivasa goes the distance, plus 162, 1 unit for 162 units, did not cash. Garn decision, plus 260, 1 unit for 2.6, did not cash. And Tuivasa scorecards is no action, plus 425, 2 units for 8.5, did not cash. Bad night on UFC, but I think we salvaged it on Benoit St. Denis. Andy Ruiz KO, minus 125, 3 units for 2.4, did not cash. Marcin Seaweed is fighting that Joey McKinnell Sokolowski, did not cash. Had a Hail Mary parlay, 1 unit, which was Charles Martin KO. That happened. Abdelmar's decision almost happened, didn't happen though. Rais Alim, Isaac Cruz KO, and Natasha Jonas would have cashed if Abdelmar won 1 more round. I thought he won the fight personally, but I was biased. But that would have been 3 units, but we dropped 1 instead. But you might want to see the savior of the night. Aries FC, Mantis Quadranovicus, whatever you say his name, plus 240, 1 unit for 2.4, cash. Bobby Pelé, plus 275, 1 unit for 2.75 units. That did not cash. But then we went in. Shadid Jakul Haig, however you say that, just go on the last Aries FC card. You'll tell what I'm talking about. Plus 142 units for 2.8 units, cash that. Charles Odeleha, plus 182 units for 3.6 units, cash that. Iloni Nahea, and he's fighting some journeyman. I was just like, oh, how the hell was he done? Or take him right away. 3 units for 3.96, 3.9 units. Cash that. And Ivana Siric minus 138, 3 units for 2.18 units. Big sets. We pulled through with a 7.6 units profit that night. Yeah, you know, that card definitely saved me. And Benoit Saint Denis for my guy. But now, last week, this was a big week for me. Gabriel Bonfim, minus 275, 10 units for 3.63 units, cashed that. Vitor Petrino, because he already knocked out the bear before, minus 188, 5 units for 2.66 units, cashed that. And this Carl Williams, Brett, I've seen him in the PFL. I saw him in XMMA. I think I saw him somewhere else as well. You know, I know he's a good fighter. I've seen him fight. Very solid fighter. He was a plus 145 underdog, 2 units for 2.9 units. I was only going to do one, but I said, screw it, 2. I know he's capable of. And the Bray is fighting a 1-round cardio. I thought Carl Williams was just going to hold on. And yeah, no, he did what I expected. And 2 units for 2.9 units. What a solid, that was very solid Dana White contender for me. UFC, Johnny Walker plus 152 units for free. Cash that. Yanki Alaba is shit. Jamie Pickett, yeah, no, I can't even talk about shit. Talk about Jamie Pickett, and I was on Dennis Tallulan. On a real one, I watched bare videos breaking on the fights, and they swayed me to my guy, Jamie Pickett, and yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick to my guns next time. I was on Chris Bonnet as well, but then everyone was on Jake Collier, and then I let that change me. So I'm definitely staying away from listening to other people. But yeah, I didn't have a bet on Jake Collier, luckily, unlike Jamie Pickett. But yeah, 3 units on Jamie Pickett, but that did not cash. But after that, we were on fire. 2 units for 2.1 units on Johan Lanes, plus 105. Cash. Iron Aldana got saved by that weird upkick thing, but minus 188. 5 units for 2.66 units. Cash that. Haley Alatang, minus 175. 5 units for 2.8 units. Cash that. Juicy J, plus 175. 1 units for 1.75 units. When you don't think Juicy J is going to win, he's going to win. So just take advantage of that. He's having a career resurgence. Norma Dumont minus 334, 10 units for 3 units against a 1-0 person. Yeah, take that. 3 units in the back. And at least 2 units for 2.6 units. I actually got my opinion swayed by videos on that one. And yeah, not at least 3. Yeah, I got that was a good one they told me to. So at least 2.6 units. KSW, let's quickly finish this off quick. Cesare Keslik, plus he had an amazing record compared to other plus 100, 3 units for 3 units, did not cash. Tom Breeze, 5 units for 2.8 units at minus 175, cashed that. Guillotine, Paul Polito, plus 132 units for 2.6 units, didn't cash, but then we saved the card with Boris Dezowski, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, 3 units for 2. And that was at minus 150. ML Webermek, same minus 150, 3 units for 2, cash that. And Darko Stozic, who already beat this kid, whatever his name was before, like 2 fights ago, minus 310 units for 3.33 units, cash that. LFA, Chris Brown, 1 unit at plus 163 for 1.63 units, cash it. Lorovic Acevedo, 1 unit on him at plus 230, did not cash, but we end it on CES. Daniel Franza plus 163 for 2 units for 3.69 units. And I've caught you up on the last 4 weeks. In total, I believe we are 58 point something units up, and that is incredible. So yeah, no, that would be about a good 3-4 months rent. But here we are now. We are on to the latest card, Sandhagen versus Song. Sorry about the longness getting into it, but you know, I just wanted to keep you guys up to date, 100% of you about the bets, so then you all know. And we are starting the card off with Cameron Vancamp versus Nicholas Motta. Now, Nicholas Motta last fight against Jim Miller. Let me just fact check this. Yep, Jim Miller. And I've got to be completely honest with you, Jim Miller, he's 100 years old at this point, I think. But Jesus Christ, that man is having a resurgence. Like, if he was like 25 or something, this guy would be a top prospect right now. Like the way he's dealing with people, like even what he did to Cowboy's final fight, I know, but guillotine, Nicholas Motta KO'd him. He knocked out the the Ghost Pepper, who, yeah, let's be honest, it ain't the best, but you know, I can't lie. I don't blame him for that loss a lot. Jim is the man right now. Win on Dana White contender series before that, and his opponent Cameron Vancamp lost to Andre Fiallo, but he was busting up Fiallo a bit before that knockout, and he looked big. I mean, he looked proper big. Like, look at him, 6'2", lightweight. And then Motta's 5'9". Instantly, I had to get a unit on Cameron Vancamp. I'm waiting on his submission prop because, as you can see, submission, decision. I don't think Nicholas Motta's that good. He's young, 29, but he ain't even that young, really, if we're being honest there. And the way he got took out of Jim Miller, he's getting outstruck. Even though I do rate Jim Miller currently, he's just not a guy I can trust, really. So at this point, I will take Cameron Vancamp. He may have chin issues, I don't know. But he's younger, bigger. And hell, you know what? He looked good until he got KO'd. So 1 unit on Cameron Vancamp. And that's an underdog pick at plus 200, 1 unit for 2. So let's see how that goes. And now we go to Javid Basharat versus Tony Gravely. Another decent fight. You know, 2 prospects. Tony Gravely, I don't know if you call him a prospect at this point. He's 31, basically, late 30s. You know, I think we may have a finished product, but, you know, he does look like he's improving. His last fight, KO'd my man, Johnny Munoz Jr., who I forgot he was, jiu-jitsu champion, something like that, very good at the ground game. You know, so he's coming into his own a bit. Simon Oliveira he beat, who's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Like, that used to be his problem before. He used to get submitted a lot if you take a look at his record going back. But it seems like he's got a bit more wear on the ground, cement a bit more aware. So, yeah, he's doing his thing now. Tony Gravely coming into his own, but I think we've got a finished product. Javid Basharat, England, but coming from Afghanistan. You know, he's very good striker. He's got a guillotine there, DOS. Like, you wouldn't think it. Like, yeah, no, he's a solid striker. He's getting submissions as well, so very well-rounded fight. I'll beat Trevin Jones, who I rate quite highly, but this is another one. If you take a look at the line, plus 155, minus 180, I would line this at a pick him because Tony Gravely, I don't think any of this submission stuff's going to work on him anymore. He's got much very aware. He hits like a truck. Even Nate Maness, he had Nate Maness KO'd. I'll be real with you. Nate Maness was sleeping. I don't know how he got up and KO'd him. I had Nate Maness that night as well as underdog odds. That was a crazy, crazy comeback. The way he got put down, like, it's just not something you'd expect to see. But yeah, I would think this was a pick him. He's got 12-0, but look at the experience difference. I got him at plus 162 Tony Gravely, 1 unit for 1.62 units. I believe he can win a decision or he can knock out Javid. I believe maybe Javid's submission is live. But at the end of the day, I think Tony Gravely slightly has more avenues to win. So you just got to take that, innit? So Tony Gravely, underdog. Are we going to see a third underdog as well? Yes, we are. We got Marina Akapova versus Jillian Roberson. And let's be real here. There's a low-level women's MMA fight. Jillian Roberson has showed, she showed some talent finisher, but she was on a run, like I think 2-3 fight win streak, and she was known as like had one of the highest finishing rate at flyweight. So yeah, she's dangerous on the ground with ground and pound DKO. Maria Agapova, this woman is what you call inconsistent. Look at this. She was on Dana White contender series before this, but Hannah Cypher's rear naked choke. I believe that was in a minute, under a minute or something like that. So she looked great there. Then, Shanna Dobson. I had a parlay that night. I had Edgar. Who's the other two? I think I had Jordan. What's his name? Beverly Hills Ninja, and I forgot it. But yeah, no, she ruined it. I don't know why I had her, and I learned a lot from that. But yeah, she lost to Shannon Dobson, but she should have beat Shannon Dobson. She let her. I don't know if this makes sense, but the way she went at her, she thought that was nothing in front of her. And in the UFC, you can't just think that. You can't go in there thinking, oh, this is easy, which it should have been easy, but never take anything for granted. Otherwise, you can end up on the wrong end of an upset when you're tired, sitting there, Shannon Dobson on top of you, unloading. Then she looked like amazing against Sabina Mazo. She walked her down, outboxed her, and KO'd her, dropped her, clubbed and subbed her. Had her dropped her and got the rear naked choke. Like, she looked incredible there. And then 6 months ago, Marina Moroz, big rivalry. Pardon. Yeah, big rivalry. And she just choked, got took down, gassed out, arm triangle choked. Is what it is. But Jillian Roberson, she's a bit of a the other pitch. She's a bit, if she can't get you down, or even if she does get you down and you get back up, she can't beat you. There's no, she has to finish you really, unless someone like Polina Botelho, who's got nothing on the ground. But 90% of the time, she has to finish you to win. Like what she did to Priscilla Cachoeira. Look at that. JJ Aldrich kept it standing, beat her. Amanda Maverick was actually on top of her, but she's just content not trying to get up on the floor. She's just taking shots. And Talia Santos literally lied on top of her. Jillian Roberson is content. I believe Maria Agapova is going to be more aggressive, hurt her on the feet. I believe she's going to probably club and sub her. Jillian Roberson, no stand up. I believe Jillian Robertson's better ground game. I don't think it's as big as the gap on the feet. I believe Maria Agapova is decent on there. So why are you not going to take Maria Agapova? I've got 2 units her plus 110. And, I'm pretty happy with that, If it doesn't cash, my bad, but is what it is, I believe she is the better fighter. Most likely. There's someone, now we get a favourite, Daniel Zellhuber versus Trey Ogden. Do I even need to say a lot about this? He beat in his last fight Lucas Almeida, was 12-0 going into that. Like, Jesus Christ. And his last fight, he just beat him. Lucas Almeida just KO'd Michael Trezano, who's, a decent fighter. So Lucas Almeida is a good fighter. Daniel Zellhuber almost a year ago, he just lost the first round, came back in the next 2 and put it on him. Good cardio. Trey Ogden. JJ Okanovich, he beat. I interviewed the breath. Let me just quickly, if I could go on to that. No, I can't. But yeah, Jay Okanovich coming off a big upset. And yeah, no, he beat him, got him into the UFC. I believe that was looking for a fight. And then he fought Jordan Leavitt and lost on the feet mostly. Now, do I even need to say any more? Daniel Zellhuber. He is minus 230. What did I get him at? I got him at, if I can find it, minus 230, 5 units for 2.22 units. He's going to take out Trey Ogden and probably finish him in round 3, but can win the decision. This is what you call a prospect. He's a veteran, Trey Ogden, but you really want to let fucking Jordan Leavitt outstrike you, like, yeah, I'll fade you any day, mate. And then in that situation, are we back to my underdog ways? Yes, we are. Denise Gomez versus Luma Lookboomy. At this point, at the end of the day, Luma Lookboomy, like, her last 2 wins. Sam Hughes, Ginny Frey. I rate Sam Hughes. I do rate Sam Hughes as a fighter a bit. But Ginny Frey, very low level. I don't even remember who this woman is, and that's a split decision. She's young. So is Denise Gomez. She is spite. Luma Lookboomy fights for a decision. Yeah, what can I say? Like, at this point, you just got to go with Denise Gomez. I see this fight as maybe Luma Lookboomy could be a slight favorite, but just why? Plus 221 unit to win 2.2 units. Low level women's MMA. Younger fighter. I'll always take the underdog there, especially when you think it's a close fight. Like, you just got to do it. Aspinlad versus Sarah McMahon. Yeah, no, Aspinlad, I rated her before. She is. What's going on? Like, her career, it's all the weird weight cutting issues. She can't make weight. She doesn't do anything. She has her boyfriend abusing her in the corner 24/7, screaming at her because she won't do anything. Like, what's the situation? Sarah McMahon last fight beat Carol Rosa, looked pretty good. Just basically bodied her, took her down, controlled her. Carol Rosa couldn't do anything till round 3, which I think Carol Rosa could have won, but not really. Like, Sarah McMahon already knew she could the win. If she didn't get it, like, that would be a robbery. Before that, lost to Juliana Pena, who's, like it or not, she was champion. Beat Lena Landsberg, who I don't really rate, and then lost before Marion Renault and Caitlin Vieira. Like, these Caitlin Vieira is a good loss to have, I guess, if there is such thing as a good loss. But Marina, like, oh, that's 4 years ago, 6 months. Like, let's be real, she's come back with Fury in a wild trying to get wins, and she's looked pretty good, you know. Aspen lad, Rachel Pennington, I rate her, but still, like, you know, if you're gonna be something, Rachel Pennington's the gatekeeper. You should be beating Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont literally was getting out controlled by Macy Chiasson, who looked alright in the last fight. Or, you know, obviously I had Irene Aldana, but yeah, Norma Dumont literally just jabbed her, leg kicks, clinched that. And Aspen had woke up in the last round, and yeah, what does that mean? You've done nothing the whole fight. Where was that? And Yana Kunitskaya, she was literally 1-1, and then she had that weird thing where her boyfriend screamed at her in the corner again. Then she came out, dropped her in like 10 seconds, and then just screamed wildly, trying to, and got the win. Like, and then she got KO'd in 10 seconds by JDR, like, and beat Sahara Eubanks. Like, what is this? Yeah, to give me Sarah McMahon, she's gonna take her down. She's gonna control her 2 rounds. There is a chance that she's gonna get she's 3rd round. Aspinall's boyfriend's gonna scream at her, scare her or whatever you do, and then she's gonna run out and just go whatever you call it, clip Sarah McMahon, and then scream in her face with big hammer fists. And yeah, the wrestling, like, Jesus Christ, what am I watching? And then just stop it. But give me Sarah McMahon, and I believe. Then we get up here. I have 1 unit on McMahon for 1 unit. So wish me luck there. Obviously, as I said, this is a lower level ranked women's fight. So you take the underdog, and Sarah McMahon, I don't trust Aspen, lad. She was a good prospect at one point, but she's getting up there though. I think 27, like, not up there, but it ain't. If you're gonna be something, you gotta beat Raquel Pennington. Yeah, we got Trevin Jones, Louis Koske. This is gonna be a good fight. 2 years ago, Louis Koske last fought. Trevin Jones had a rough patch. Michael Morales, and Dricus Duplessis. But let's be real, Michael Morales is the future of the division. I personally rank him up there with the Hamzats, the Shab. Like, not as skill wise, but he's, in a few years' time, he's going to be a top 10, top 15 welterweight. Like, no shame in that. And Dricus Duplessis, already a ranked middleweight, fighting Darren Till next, so that's not a bad loss to have. Like, if Trevin Jones won that fight, where would he be right now? He would have been fighting a Brad Tavares. Or Drake was meant to fight Kelvin Gaston. Like, Drake, that's none of them are bad losses. Then he beat Roman Dolidze, who's looked good ever since, I guess. He had the boring fight, but then he punched up Cardalcos. KO'd Bevan Lewis, just put a beating on him, dropped him. Like, Bevan Lewis ain't the best, but then he should have beat James Cross should have beat him. There was the weird, I think one of the judges was the Bears' mate or something. Like, what can you do? But yeah, Trevin Giles, when he does stuff, he's all right, Then he's fought really nobody's Louis Koske before. He's 18 or 42. Bro's putting in a shift. Good for him. 4-8, 4-4. Gone to contender series, beating 11-4 guy. And then he came out on fire trying to take out Sasha Paletnikov, which, let's be real, that was lining him up a win. And he could not take that win. And he ended up getting took out in round 3. Just literally let everything go. Yeah, I can't lie. Trevin Giles beat better opposition than Koske. Louis Koske has maybe over half a round, maybe a round to finish Trevin Giles. I'll give him a round, because if he hurts him early on and he just keeps putting it on him, maybe he can finish him late in the round. But let's be real here, like, Trevin Giles is the better fighter and should win this, and that's why we got 6 units for free, -200. Trevin Giles. What more can you ask for? I'm waiting for the inside the distance to come out. Trevin Giles knockout, and I believe that should be that should cash. Like, the bro, as he said before, he's one of the best jabs. I won't say best jab. There's a very good power jab, and if Louis Koske comes out swinging, he's going to get pinged with the jab, really caught with a right hand. He's going to get put out, and it ain't even just going to be, even going to be that hurt. Probably he's just going to be exhausted. And when you're exhausted, every shot you take feels like a dump truck. So yeah, no. Pat Sabatini, Damon Jackson. Damon Jackson, interviewed him a few times. Nice guy, very nice guy. And a lot of people did not expect him to be on this run he's on right now in the UFC, where he came in. Miroslav Bektic, he was like a +300, +250 underdog. Got a guillotine choke there. He introduced himself to UFC. Again, Tapura KO'd him, but Tapura savage. And ever since then, Charles Rosa did what he needed to do. Dispatch to Charles Rosa. Ain't the best win, but way to get back in the UFC, show people you're still about in it. Kamala Kirk, arm trial completely destroyed him. He's coming off win over who was it? Makwana Mirkani. What can I say? I guess it's all right win. But yeah, he did what you need to do. And then Dan Alberto, who's a very good prospect LFA champion, just controlled him on the ground. Again, Damon Jackson just putting himself up there. He's in the top, I believe he's in the top 25 featherweight. So this is a big fight for him. And he can go on to bigger things and win. Sabatini beat TJ Laramie. TJ Laramie weren't the best fighter, but did what he needed to do. Tucker Lutz completely just controlled him, and that was like evens. People expected him to be a very close fight, and he just did what he wanted to Tucker Lutz. Jamal Emmers got dropped badly, but still got the heel hook. Showed he was still with it enough to do his thing and get the heel hook. So respect for that. He showed a decent recovery. Tristan Connolly controlled him, took him down, did what he wanted with him. And before that, I believe that guy's in the PFL. Or was in the PFL, Jesse Stone. So yeah, he's done his thing. Pat Sabatini, he's a prospect, older prospect, but still a prospect nonetheless. I don't have a bet on this fight, but I do. I believe it's a 50-50 fight. Give me Damon Jackson just to win a split decision. Greasy taking it's going to be a lot of reversals, but I believe Damon Jackson may be a slightly better striker. So as I say, if I believe it's 50-50 in the ground, I'll take the guy that has a slight advantage on the feet. And yeah, so Damon Jackson, get the win for me, bud. Nice guy as well. So yeah, no, I can't complain. Pat 17 seems nice as well, though. So yeah. And now we got the Powerball Marc-Andre Barrios versus Fluffy Hernandez. Best nickname in MMA, Fluffy. He's coming off a win over Josh Frem, just completely just took him down, guillotines, did whatever he really wanted to him there. One decision. It's been Rodolfo Vieira. Like, I know Rodolfo Vieira was like, he was gone. Like that wasn't Rodolfo Vieira, man. That was a shell of him. But it's still a submission over one of the best jiu-jitsu players in the world right now. Lost to Kevin Holland, but Kevin Holland, if he hits you, you're going down. Like Kevin Holland is a savage like that. Jong-Yon Park, Anaconda choke win. Jong-Yon Park is I don't know if he's coming off a win streak, but he was on one. And yeah, he's currently coming off one of Eric Anders. So yeah, no, solid win. And then Marcus Press, still young though, so he's improving. So these things, like we don't like to see them, but no, he's doing his thing. Then you got Marc-Andre Barrios coming off a win over Jordan Wright. Yeah, he did his thing. Jordan Wright ain't the best fighter, but that's you do take him out in round one. Jordan Wright's got 2.5 minutes in him. So you have KO him or submit him, and he did his thing. Lost to Chidi and Jukawani, who's on this card, and he's a savage. I believe, I don't know if that was the first finish. He's been submitted, but I don't think he was knocked out before that. So yeah, man, that Chidi, can't do anything there. He got hit hard, took out. Nothing more he could really do. Doucher, he punched up Doucher, just walked forward and landed volume on him. Doucher couldn't do anything. Doucher looked good in his last fight as well against Puna Soriano until he got KO'd. So yeah, no, that's a good win. Abu Azaitar beating on him. They stopped the last 3 seconds. Maybe they shouldn't have, but yeah, no, he put a beating on that guy in the later rounds. Oscar Piachota. Yep, that I think that was off for weed. Or maybe it was a real steroid. I don't know, but yeah, he done his thing, KO'd him, and then before that, I believe it was 3 losses, where he almost turned into a bit of double champion the promotion he came from as well. So yeah, he did not look good, but now he came in a bit of a career resurgence. Yeah, they both have unlimited cardio, but I guess just give me the younger guy, Fluffy Hernandez. He's gonna probably just take it, but he has a weakness. But I don't know. It's a close fight. Do not bet. I don't have a bet on it. But yeah, just give me Fluffy Hernandez. Takedowns, guillotines, Maybe give me Fluffy Hernandez submission. Round 3 sub. No one's going to get tired really, but I just think Fluffy Hernandez is going to be relentless enough to get a submission on him, and he's going to keep trying. So yeah, just give me Anthony Hernandez round 3 submission. How many more fights do we have? Oh, got a bet on this one. Tana Boza, Rodrigo Nascimento. Okay, Tana Boza, we have not seen in a while, I believe. Must be, a year and 2 months where he KO'd OSP. He's a giant prospect at this weight class before. Like, people are talking about him like, oh, he's part of the next generation. And everyone's talking about Chris Dalkos, about that serial gone. Like, but he was seen up there. Like, he's doing it. He was doing his thing. He got the Pessoa and Philip Lins, and that was mad. He came in with the weird karate chop thing after knocking out Philip Lins. Like, that was sick. Tana Boza was on point back then. Then he lost to Andre Arlovsky and Alir Latifi. That was a robbery, Latifi. That if you score damage, but sometimes judges go weird and they don't score damage, they start scoring a control time again. So yeah, nothing you can really do about that. And then he lost to Arlovsky, which I also think he should have won. But Arlovsky does Arlovsky things. But even if he loses a fight like he's doing at Jake Collier, he still wins it because the judges love this man. Nascimento. Yeah, you got the round 2 comeback against Alan Bernal. So yeah, obviously you're right on Tana Boza right away. How are you coming back against Alan Bernal? Alan Bernal is one of the worst fighters the UFC has ever seen. And like, the Brer looks good for like a round or whatever, but he always breaks. Like, this Brer is Alan Bernal. If you're having a close fight with him to come back, so yeah, it's not the one. Got lamped by Chris Dalkos in about 30 seconds, which was, Chris Dalkos, solid puncher. Like, the guy's ranked. He is a top 10 heavyweight. Chris Dalkos top 15, but yeah, you shouldn't be getting lamped in that. That shows the difference between him and the top level. Don Mays, yeah, if you don't be Don Mays is a bit bummy. I don't know his opponent, but yeah, I guess he's dangerous, Rodrigo Nascimento. But let's be real here. Tana Boza should win this 31. So he's a baby for the division still. Fast, packs a bit of a punch. Not a giant knockout bang, but he packs a bit of a punch. And last time I saw Rodrigo get punched off in round 1 by Anabado and then lamped in round 1 by Chris Dalkos. With every shot he took was hurting him. So yeah, what I've got on this one, I don't have Tana Boza straight. I've got Tana Boza knockout plus 172 units for 3.4 units. And I've got Tana Boza round 2 knockout plus 650, 1 unit for 6.5 units. Wish me luck, but no matter what, I think Tana Boza is taking Rodrigo Nascimento out. And I believe he's going to move about first round, get his reads, but after that, destruction, innit? We got Alan Amazowski, Joe Pyfer, Joe Pyfer, my friends. What's going on? Alan Amazowski, 3 losses in a row. Christoph Jotko, I don't know, he went decision Jotko, good for you, mate. He's doing his thing. Then he got KO'd by White Mike Tyson in about 10 seconds. I believe that's John Phillips' only UFC win. If he's gonna win, he's gonna knock you out, but still, it don't be John Phillips' only win. And then he lost to Joseph Holmes by getting KO'd and then getting submitted, clubbed and subbed. So yeah, he has not looked great in the UFC. Let's be real. He did all right in Bellator as well. I guess that's what got him hyped. But yeah, you can see here these two, Joe Holmes and John Phillips. They're not the best. They are bottom of the barrel losses you can have. Joe Pyfer, not that Ozzy Diaz. I thought Ozzy Diaz would win that, but yeah, he knocked out Ozzy Diaz, only man on the card to get a finish. Only a month ago as well. Well, time flies. Austin Troutman he beat. And then before Dustin Stoltzfus, he injured his arm. That weren't really, never saw the fight play out. I reckon he would have won it. I don't know if he would have won it. But, stuff happens. He got his chance back on contender. They knew it weren't fair. And yeah, he did what he needed to do. And before that, he lost by guillotine. Sorry about that, but he lost by guillotine. But he got a KO. Joe Pyfer, end of the day, I reckon he's gonna knock out Alan Amazowski. The guy's old. His chin is getting a bit suspect at this point. His submission defense is suspect. So let me tell you, you want to hear something mad? 20 units at -400 on Joe Pyfer for 10 units on Joe Pyfer knockout, plus 110, 10 units on that for 11 units, and Pyfer knockout round 1, plus 300, 5 units for 15 units. If Joe Pyfer loses, my night is fucked, but he ain't going to lose to Alan Amadovsky. You know, if he does, I'm not making another video. I'm going to go into hiding. I'm not even going to lie to you. But Alan Amadovsky, like, they're setting him up, Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer's only going to get better. He's 26. Like, Alan Amadovsky's on his way out. He's 34, turning 35. Look at these breaks as well. Like, his heart's not in the game, clearly. Like, give me Joe Pyfer. Be Joe Pyfer, my friends, and get a knockout. Bill Algeo versus Andre Fili. Andre Fili is 32. Bill Algeo is 33. Yeah, I've got another underdog shot, I believe, on Bill Algeo. Let's go through it. He got knocked out of Joe Anderson Brito in his last fight, Andre Fili. Now, he's only 32, but let's be real. This Perez took a lot of damage. He's gone through the ringer in the UFC. He's been around for, I believe, almost like 8 years. Something stupid like that. Like, he's been here from a kid. He fought Max Holloway, when Max Holloway was coming off a losing streak to McGregor and the other guy, I forgot his name, but yeah, Max Holloway. He's lost to Bryce Mitchell, but he looked good against Bryce Mitchell. Best someone's looked against Bryce Mitchell in the UFC. Beat Charles Jourdain, which I don't know if it looks better than what it did look back then, but Charles Jourdain's inconsistent. And then he lost to Sadiq Youssef. Look, end of the day, he loses to people he should lose to. If you're a prospect, you're going to beat him. Sadiq Youssef, Bryce Mitchell. Should have beat Daniel Pineda, but he ain't a prospect. So I swear it was KSI's. No, I ain't the wrong guy. I know Daniel Pineda. Okay, and Joe Anderson Brito got KO'd. Now, if we take a look at Bill Algeo, he almost got took out by Herbert Burns in a triangle. But you know what happened? He said, "No, not today." When he got out of that, he played with him. Herbert Burns was throwing punches up. He was slipping him, his tongue out, landing ground and pound Herbert Burns, and Herbert Burns got pulled out, carried out the cage from exhaustion. He was getting battered. And yeah, Gilbert Burns carried him out and said, "Yeah, not today. You've done enough." And I believe he's retired. Jonathan Brito, who knocked out Fili, Algeo took his shots, literally stopped the grappling, and just literally sourced on him, violated the man. So yeah, no, a good performance there. Lost Ricardo Ramos, close fight, but Ramos just got the takedowns when needed. Beat Spot Carlisle, just jabbed him. Spot Carlisle came at him, and yeah, Bill Algeo's movement, he's hard to hit, isn't he? And then Ricardo Lamas lost to, but he gave Ricardo Lamas one of his hardest fights of recent. And Ricardo Lamas, still a good veteran, not a bad fighter. And yeah, no, he put it on Ricardo Lamas, but round 3 got a bit tired. Ricardo Lamas known for his cardio, and yeah, no, he did his thing and pulled off the loss really. But yeah, now give me just to say it, Bill Algeo. He may be older, but he's younger in fight years. Andre Fili's done his thing. He's put in a shift in the UFC, but he just ain't the fighter he used to be anymore. And I think Bill Algeo is gonna source on him and win the fight by maybe a split decision, but most likely unanimous decision. Do his thing, and I have a bet on it. I have 2 units on Bill Algeo at plus 1010, and then I have 1 unit on him by decision, which I believe I got at plus 175. So yeah, Bill Algeo, Senor Perfecto. Hopefully he does his thing. Co-main event of the night. Well, Sadiq Youssef is apparently getting rebooked, but I don't know what's going on with that. We'll see if Sadiq Youssef is back on the card. But Chidi and Jukawani versus Gregory Rodriguez. Yeah, no, what a fight. This is a fight of 2 older middleweight prospects. Gregory Rodriguez is only 30. His Christ, he looks like 50. Or people call him Brazilian Obama. But yeah, no, I don't mind that. Yeah, this is an amazing fight. Middleweight prospects, really. Chidi, 33. He struggled in Bellator. He fought a welterweight, believe it or not, at the size of 6'3". And ever since he got cut from Bellator, he went around the regional scenes, got a win at LFA, got on Dana White Contender Series, and then ever since he lamped Marc-Andre Barrios, who was at that point was on a 3-fight win streak, and then he just took up Dusko Todorovic. There was no defense, but still did what you needed to do. And no one does that to Mark Andre, so credit to him. And as well, Mario Souza, who believes a jiu-jitsu black belt or close to it, literally was controlling him on the ground, took him out of elbows. Gregory Rodriguez beat Julian Marquez by KO, dropped him like 5 times in the first round. And yeah, Julian Marquez could he has a granite chin, but you can't get dropped 5 times by a Robocop and survive. Lost to Arm Petrosian where he should have won. Let's be real, but his Arm Petrosian had slightly more volume, so you give it to Armin, but very close fight. Beat Jonghyun Park where he was gassed, getting volume, looked like he's about to go down by the Iron Turtle. But he landed a big shot. Jonghyun Park backed off, wobbled, like you can't be taking clean shots from Robocop even when he's tired. Uppercut, standing TKO, the bro was slumped against the cage. Beat Dusko Torovic as well, where he just told him, beat him up in the stand-up, took him down a few times, this thing, and then destroyed Josh Framt, who's in the UFC. But yeah, I believe he was an underdog there as well. But yeah, no, I don't know. He got knocked out by Jordan Williams on contender field. That's important to add on as well. Yeah, I can't lie. This is hard to tell, but Chidi and Jukawani, the way he's looked recently, I reckon he's gonna take out Robocop in round 1. Nah, maybe round 2. I don't know. Give me Chidi and Jukawani late round 2 knockout. Yeah, I reckon his knees in the Muay Thai clinch, his improved ground game, hard shots. Gregory Rodriguez's chin has been cracked before. Almost got cracked by Jonghyun Park, who ain't the hardest hitter. Yeah, I reckon Chidi is going to KO him late 2nd round and put his name up, even up further up the rankings, just outside the top 20. I have a bet on this, minus 1010. I have 2 units for, I believe it was 1.89 something. And then I got 1 unit on him by KO at, I believe, thought it was plus 140, plus 150, but I have Chidi 1 unit on him by KO and 1 unit. No, him by KO, it may have been minus 300, but don't hold me to that. But yeah, I had Chidi KO and Chidi straight 2 units on him straight, 1 unit on KO, and let's hope he pulls through for me. And now the main event, and what a fight we have here. Yadong Song versus Corey Sandhagen. What can I say? Amazing fight. Corey Sandhagen coming off a loss to Piotr Yan, but no shame in that. That was one of the most technical fights I've ever seen. People making videos about that, claiming it. Yeah, what can I say? Amazing fight. TJ Dillashaw, I actually thought TJ was going to win that. I thought he won it on the night. Rewatching it, yeah, maybe not. Maybe he did not win, but former champ. Like, let's be real. These 2 losses, they're not bad losses to have. As I say, there's nothing really such thing as a good loss. But if there was such thing as a good loss, well, you got him. Frank Edgar KO'd him in about 10 seconds. Frank Edgar went off a bit of a slope, and Marlon Moraes KO'd him in round 2. These 2 wins, like, they have aged like milk. Like, the way he did it, like, as I say, is what you should do to people. He did ruin Marlon Moraes' career. Marlon Moraes at that point beat Jose Aldo. Like, Marlon Moraes was still like seen as as dangerous, and I believe it was evens, but yeah, he ruined Marlon Moraes' chin. So I'll say that's a good win. Frankie Edgar, the way Pedro's looked as well, that weren't the best, but no credit to him. He should have got a title shot because Frankie Edgar was ranked 4th at the time. But yeah, no, he defended his place against TJ Dillashaw's ranking, and then had the interim shot against Yan, and it did not go his way. But he's looked good and beat Asuncao before he lost to Aljamain by submission, who's champion. So yeah, he's done his thing. Yadong Song knocked out Marlon Moraes, beautiful KO uppercut. Just the guys lying up, looking at the sky. Took out Marlon Moraes quickly. Took out Judo Arce, he's very underrated fighter, very good striker. Beat Julian also, who won this weekend recently. So yeah, no, solid win. Casey Kenny, good fight. I don't know how that was split. Yadong Song did control him basically. Kyler Phillips beat him. At the time, just a Song, I don't think he saw a star where the bear was moving constantly. He was on him. Kyler Phillips from bare weird strikes. Young himself, I don't know if Kyler Phillips is a good fighter. He let himself down against Julian Piper, but Yeah, no, he's lost, just got outpointed, lost to the last two, but then came back in round 3, won that round. So 5 round, we could be talking different story. And then Cheeto Vera Water win. That's aged very well for him. Bit of a robbery on the time. Everyone thought a robbery, but he did just still. He beat enough judges. Thought he beat Cheeto Vera. He right now looks like the man. And if it was 5 rounds, obviously different story again. We could be talking about. But yeah, no, he's done his thing. I'm a momentum based guy. 3 wins in a row. Before that, you can take confidence off a win over Marlon Vera. Give me Corey Sandhagen is so technical and flowy though. It's a bit like Kyler Phillips. Yeah. Again, you see this is a 50-50 fight. Here's the power advantage. Let's break this down. Song Yadong, power advantage. Movement, Corey Sandhagen. Output, Corey Sandhagen. Grappling, I don't know. Corey Sandhagen's so easy to take down, but he's training at Team Alpha Male, Yadong Song. And he's only going to get better at 24. It feels like he's been 24 for like 8 years now. Yeah, screw it. Let me just take a punt. I've got a unit on Young Yadong Song. Let me just reveal it now. 1 unit at +175. Even if I think Corey Sandhagen may have the slight edge, there's no way that should be the odds. I believe more +120, +110, minus 105, something like that. So yes, Yadong Song. I'll take Yadong Song. Split decision. Or round 1 knockout, either. He's either going to get him out there early, make a statement, or it's going to be the long run. But leg kicks, power advantage. Corey Sandhagen, I believe, if he takes some shots, he's not going to like it. It's the long neck, like he doesn't look like he really has the granite. And I haven't seen him take. I've seen John Lineker hit him a few times, but that was a split decision when someone was putting it on him. Give me Yadong Song for the upset, and the division continues. We have a new prospect. Maybe we can see Song versus Cheeto Vera too. No one mind that. That's a good fight. Or Yadong Song versus Dominic Cruz, maybe. Dominic Cruz looked great in his last fight. And let me just check something. So yeah, no, that's the full card. We have quite a good card in our hand, I believe. Can't wait for the main event. Hopefully Sadiq Youssef gets a fight as well on the card. So because I'm a big fan of Sadiq. I think he's got good potential. Let me just quickly inform you of any other bets I have. Contender series this weekend. Daniel Marcos, I have 2 units in him at 260. Trevor Peak +172 units, 3 before he just got a knockout over Karma Worthy. UFC, a sort of UFC level competition, so he's got heavy power, so just take him. And Marnik Man, any woman MMA, if you think it's a 50-50 fight, our opponent's a kickboxer, always take the underdog and she gets a wrestling advantage, so she's an advantage somewhere. And yeah, Daniel Marcos 12-0. He hasn't fought for 2 years, but I reckon that's only going to show improvements, and that's a 50-50 fight anyway. Even if it was 2 years ago, if the same guy from 2 years ago, so I'm going to take the guy that can make improvements. Finally, some high league stuff. Artis Spivaki, who is a boxer, he's fighting a 0-1 guy, and his last fight he looked good. 2 units for 1, take that. And Amandius Roslik 3-3, but he's fighting an 0-1 guy, 3 units for 1.84 at -163. And finally, Canelo Alvarez decision +105, 2 units for 2.1. GGG still a durable fighter. But Canelo is still at next level. Lost to Bivol. Doesn't mean anything. Bivol is a very good boxer. I knew that before. I watched Bivol fight. John Pascal, Joe Smith Jr., he was champion at the time. I think them two fought. Was it held a belt? Like what can I say? Canelo Alvarez decision. GG will hold tough, hang tough, but levels to the game. You guys, it's just great to be back. As I said, GCSEs and that, obviously there was a delay because of that, but I'm back 16 I was doing interviews at 15. I'm just a young man learning. We'll see what happens. You man, it's great to be back, as I said, and I will see you. Let me stop sharing. I will see you all guys in the next one.